taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog, pretty leash. Where's the love in the streets? Pour my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when me ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already. Them I see Ellie. Me, I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful that people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cut in, but on my pockets, me need my DNA. Baby for lunch, but we call me a star before BBC. Don't take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them don't get the same. Me and them don't get the same. Boy, that they gonna know who the name is. They say I move like I'm nameless. Cause I only go for the money bags. And I don't really wanna be famous, man. You know what's up. You know what's up. You don't pretend. You don't lie. You don't be gay. You know what's up.
Crazy, we going crazy. We at the top and we never gon' stop. Hop in a ghost, I'ma get swayzy. I just got off with a jet and I cry. I win in a Humvee, I lie. I be on go cause I come from the shot. I'm shooting back, I ain't ducking no shots. Got power like Samson, I cut off the locks. Sharek, Timmer, in a cut like I'm Fredo Santana. Buju Banton, I hop in the Bama, the world is mine. I'm Tony Montana, I'm Pelican Fly. Diamonds on me cause I'm rapping a rock. I'ma go hard, I ain't killing them soft. I'm up in the hills, I feel like I'm Lauren, you ready or not? I like who got businesses, I'm CEO of mine. 1980 Prezi Rollie, we been working overtime. The witness, the police, the pigs, I don't eat swine. Son of Jacob, this biblical, my flow, the holy God. Save money ground up in the gutter where they found us. Stones in the faint mouth rush. More vacays, more bucks, more race, more foreign trucks, more on a tour bus, more pour cup. Toast to the winners, throw it up.
Juicy, where the drums at?
Yeah. So that style not for you, but it's for me.
Greenfield's finest. Boss.
Yeah.
DJ Drama.
Never let a wishbone grow where backbone should. Belly been taking the dash on wood. 10 payments, the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. Shot through the lot of the starstruck. Hop in the ride and we took in the truck, couple in the truck and they all. They might say what's up when they see me round the city, but really no reason to talk much. Dinner at Nice Guy, but no nice guys here. I'm toe tagging, no Bilbo baggins, y'all coming up short. Take a recess. This a heat check. Yeah. Shorty let me quick as a clear with a pre-check. It's lifestyle not for you, but it's for me. Seen it myself for years. The vision is mine alone. Just me, myself, no peers. Yeah. I don't know who hyping them boys. I'm done giving life for the noise. I give you my life in the source. I don't even write anymore. Yeah. Get it and drove like it's whipping a stove. That break hard like habits. No days off, no Sabbath. No snakes in my yard, no rabbits. Never let a wishbone grow where backbone should. Belly been taking the dash on wood. 10 payment, the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. Send the same money to Sudan. I could probably take the hood for a year or two. Stuck between stunting and a miracle. For real. Let's explore the moment. Ain't outside there agoraphobic. If you see me live, you would know it. Jumping on my do aerobics, boss like P90X. Boss like we write the checks now. Floss like we like the flex. Bust down, bust down, bust down. AMG, no bust now. Amiri jeans, SB dunks with a Fiends T, no button down. Respectfully, that's for me, you don't round if you wanna. Round if you wanna. It's lifestyle not for you, but it's for me. Bozzy.
I'm gonna go without the ad-libs. In the booth and I like proof and I don't understand what got into me. Got a couple of truths that I bust out the roof if I'm ready to ride on my enemy. And you rappers just stole my identity, and I really know why you ain't feeling me. With Tiffany, and they restore my agility. And I'm never rehearsing, I'm making the verses like Swizzy and Timothy. Never provoke with the go, cause I want all the smoke, you can call me a chimney. And I really want, but I settle for, I just aim it ready to whittle peak. Aim at your head when I kill a beat. Spaghetti and shells like Italy.
Never let a wishbone grow where backbone should. Belly been taking the dash on wood. 10 payment, the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. Send the same money.
We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Taking in at the 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove, because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
Hurts throwing right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Benjamin St-Juste. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. First carry for Kenneth Gainwell.
Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
The Eagles sit 5-3 now on the year, and they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. They'll go again with Sanders. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, these two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler.
And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On
First and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the gun, Heineke. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 20. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Heineke slings this deep from McLaurin.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
I think term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking left side, and I think the ball's out.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Another run with Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Throwing is Hurts.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be up.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hurts. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Montez Sweat drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Al now to throw it.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
They chalked that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle.
Down to about the 37.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
Second down and 8. Back to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And my goodness, another interception. There he goes right side. 20.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive.
And now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Howell from the gun.
He's got it. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr.
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Let's go now.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line. But first down, Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Eagles.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Take it in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From the 10. The 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 24. He'll start with a give to Robinson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Throwing here, Howell.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Now the ball comes loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much...
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From just shy of midfield, Howell. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They begin the drive with Robinson. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner.
Touchdown, Washington! Well, I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. And they go play action with Howell. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. This is caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Eagles are able to claw one back. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 133 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
This time they'll throw it with Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. 1st down, Howell to throw. And that is incomplete here.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 22-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Robinson up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the Commanders are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. A little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down.
Cut 19, cut 19. Drag 60, trap 50, trap 50. On the ball, now.
They'll look to throw. Goes right back to Smith again.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Let's go now. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
This will be caught by Brown.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
On third down, Robinson. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Taking on the midfield logo. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
18, pioneer.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Hurts.
He's got Watkins on the out route. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
19.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
Hurts will throw.
And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Robinson with another carry. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 158 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Robinson will try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Let's take it inside his own 40. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 23. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Washington,
it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.
Let's go. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the first. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the first of all time. Said I'm coming for everything. You good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. Long falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The fourth bar, brother, when I push the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. star, they hear my name